5 sun A's and 5 sun B's. Come to standing at the top of your mat in Samasthiti, or equal standing posture, by drawing the roots of your big toes together, ankle bones slightly apart, and pressing your palms at heart center. Closing your eyes here for your first few breaths, just breathing normally in and out as you normally would, without trying to control the breath too much quite yet. Just coming onto your mat, coming into this place, quieting your mind, and preparing for practice. On your next exhale, drop your palms down to your sides, slightly away from your body, with your fingers spread wide, palms facing forward for Tadasana, or mountain pose. Keeping your eyes closed, we'll start to work here into your Ujjayi breath, or victorious breath. So the breath used in this style of yoga has an oceanic quality to it, or perhaps Darth Vader, depending on what your preference is there. It's an audible breath that you can work into by engaging the band of muscles across your lower belly, known as Uddiyana Bandha, or upward flying lock. Keeping your mouth closed, you'll shift your breath up into your rib cage. The breath will begin to swirl in the back of your throat and create that oceanic sound previously described. You'll notice your belly will remain still as your chest will start to rise and fall. On your next inhale, sweep your hands up above your head, and exhale as they come to press at heart center, your eyes remaining closed for the next few breaths. We'll do that again. Inhale to sweep your arms back and up. Exhale as they come to press at heart center for Samasthiti. One more, just like that. Take an inhale to sweep your hands back and up. Exhale as they come to press at Samasthiti, heart center. Opening your eyes here, we'll take the first Surya Namaskara A, or Sun Salutation A. Even if you're a more experienced practitioner, stick with me here. I'm going to break down the proper way to do a vinyasa. On your next inhale, sweep your hands back and up. Exhale as your hands come to press through heart center as you fold forward, bringing your palms directly down onto the mat. Shoulders distance, palms planted firmly as your fingers spread wide. This is referred to as mat hands. Every time your palms come to the mat, your fingers should be spread wide like this. It's just a stabilizing process. We keep from adding too much stress onto the shoulders. Take an inhale to lengthen, and an exhale as you step first your right foot and then your left foot to the back of the mat. If you're brand new to practice, I want you to lower your knees here. This is always a modification you can take in your chaturangas or your push-ups. If you're a more experienced practitioner, go ahead and leave your knees up off of the ground. On your next exhale, bend your elbows straight back so they hug into your rib cage, lowering no more than halfway down. Holding here just for a breath or two, really making sure those elbows are tucked into the rib cage. On your next inhale, roll over your toes and come through your upward facing dog by drawing your chest through your shoulders, shining your chest forward. Your gaze will go upward. Try not to throw your head back. That's very jarring on the spine. And on your next exhale, shift your hips back to your downward facing dog. It's a V-shaped posture. You want to make sure that your hands are shoulders width distance at the front of your mat, hands still spread wide. Your feet should be at hips width distance at the back of the mat. Trying your best to square everything off, so you should not be able to see the sides of your ankles, for example, when you look back. This first downward facing dog, it can be nice to shift a little, left and right, bending into one knee and then the other, dropping one ankle towards the ground and then the other. Trying to do this on the breath, keeping it nice and even. Coming to a place of stillness for just a moment here. And on your next exhale, bend your knees and step first your right foot and then your left foot to the top of the mat. Exhale as you fold forward, planting your palms. Inhale will sweep you all the way back up to standing. Exhale back to Samasthiti. Again. Sweep your arms back and up. Exhale as you fold forward, planting your palms on the mat. Take an inhale to step first your left foot and then your right foot to the back of the mat. Lower your knees here if that's what you're going to do. I'm not going to cue this every time, but if you're newer to practice, feel free to take all of your push-ups with your knees down. Exhale as you lower through your push-up. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Try to keep more stillness in your second downward facing dog. This time, try to focus a little bit on your drishti, or gaze point. In downward facing dog, it should be at your navel or through your upper thighs, if that's a little bit more accessible. Every posture has a drishti, or gaze point, that helps focus and align you. So try every time when you come to your downward facing dog to maintain your gaze at the same point. On your next exhale, bend your knees and look forward, stepping your left foot and then your right foot to the top of the mat. Exhale as you fold forward, planting your palms. Inhale sweeps you up to standing, and exhale brings you back to Samasthiti. Again, sweep your hands back and up. Exhale as you fold forward, planting your palms for Uttanasana. Inhale as you lengthen or step back. You can jump back this time if you know how to do that. Exhale as you lower through your push-up. Inhale as you come through your upward facing dog. Exhale, hip shift back for downward facing dog. Check in again here with your hands and your feet, making sure those hands are planted, fingers still spread wide. Try to straighten a little bit into your legs. I have very tight hamstrings, for example, so I know that I often will have some bend in my legs and my heel bones don't come all the way to the ground. That's perfectly fine, but do your best to have a straight spine and draw your hips back as far as you can. On your next exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Inhale, step or hop your feet to the top of the mat. Exhale as you fold down, planting your palms. Inhale as you sweep up through to standing. And exhale as you press your palms at heart center for Samasthiti. Again, sweep your hands back and up. Exhale as you fold forward, planting your palms. Inhale as you step or hop your feet to the back of the mat. Exhale as you lower through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale through Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Believe it or not, downward facing dog is a resting posture, and the longer you practice, the more you'll come to appreciate that. It's not always as obvious when you're first starting out. On your next exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Inhale brings your feet to your hands. Exhale as you plant your palms on the mat. Inhale as you sweep up to standing, and exhale as your hands come to press at heart center for Samasthiti. Final Sane. Sweep your hands back and up. Exhale as you fold forward, planting your palms, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen or step back through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale through Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathing here, checking in with that breath, making sure it's still steady and even and audible. On your next exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Inhale, feet to hands. Exhale as you fold forward, planting your palms. Inhale sweeps you up to standing. Exhale brings your hands to press at heart center for Samasthiti. Surya Namaskara B, or Sun Salutation B. Take an inhale as you sweep up through Utkatasana or chair pose. This is also referred to as fierce pose. In this position, you would like to have your torso stacked directly over your hips, hands straight up next to your ears. Try to drop those shoulders down out of your ears. Your hips should be sinking down as if you were sitting in a chair. Holding here for just an extra breath or two. I'll break this down just like we did with the sun egg. So bear with me. On your exhale, fold forward, planting your palms on the mat. Take an inhale to lengthen or step back. Exhale as you lower through your chaturanga. Inhale through upward facing dog. Exhale back through downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step your right foot forward by your right thumb, dropping your left heel to the ground, drawing your left toes to about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and sweeping your hands up for Warrior One. Holding this first one just for a few extra breaths. Trying your best to square off your hips, trying to ground solidly into that back left foot, bending into that front knee. On your exhale, draw your palms back down to the mat as you step your right foot back to meet your left and lower through your push-up. Inhale through your upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Taking it directly over to the left side by stepping that left foot forward to your left thumb, dropping your right heel to the ground, and squaring off those toes towards about 2:30, 3 o'clock. Sweeping your hands up above your head for your Warrior One. Taking the same adjustments that you did on the other side, making sure you're grounding into that right foot, outer edge, and trying your best to square off your hips. I find this to be very difficult, but try. That's all you can do, right? On your next exhale, bring your palms back down to the mat as you step your left foot back to meet your right and lower through your push-up. Inhale through your upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Holding here. There are a lot of moving pieces in your sun bees. Alignment's probably not going to be perfect every time. Don't stress about that. Just do the best you can. On your next exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Inhale brings your feet to your hands. Exhale as you plant your palms. Inhale as you sweep up through Utkatasana. Exhale to Samasthiti. Again, sweep your hands back and up through Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold forward and plant your palms. Inhale to lengthen or step back. Exhale through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale through Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stepping your right foot forward to your right thumb, dropping that left foot to the ground, and sweeping up through your Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale as you plant your palms and step back as you lower through your push-up. Inhale through your upward facing. Exhale to downward facing. Step your left foot forward for Virabhadrasana 1 on the left side. Exhale as you lower your palms to the mat and step back and lower. Inhale through upward facing. Exhale to downward facing. Holding here. It gets easier over time. I promise. And maybe you're starting to understand why downward facing dog is a resting pose. On your next exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Inhale, bring your feet to your hands. Exhale as you plant your palms. Inhale to sweep up through Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti at the top of your mat. Again, sweep your hands back and up as you drop your hips through Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold forward and plant your palms, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen or step back. Exhale as you lower through your push-up. Inhale through Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Step your right foot forward for Virabhadrasana 1 on the right side. Exhale to plant your palms and step back as you lower through your push-up. Inhale through upward facing. Exhale through downward facing. Inhale your left foot forward for Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale as you plant your palms and step back and lower through your push-up. Inhale through upward facing. Exhale through downward facing. Holding here. This is a great time to remind yourself to return to your Ujjayi breath. Taking a moment to connect. The more steady and even your breath is, the easier these transitions will be. Every movement happens on a breath. So keeping a steady cadence will really help you with your practice. On your next exhale, bend your knees and look forward. Inhale brings your feet to your hands. Exhale as you plant your palms. Inhale sweeps you up through Utkatasana. Exhale to Samasthiti, top of the mat. Again, sweeping back and up through your Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen or step back. Exhale as you lower through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale through Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Inhale to step your right foot forward for Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale as you plant your palms and step back, lowering through your push-up. Inhale through upward. Exhale through downward. Inhale to step your left foot forward, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale as you plant your palms and step back, lowering through your push-up. Inhale through upward facing. Exhale to downward facing. Holding.